Hello, everyone. And today we're going to talk about the new moon in Taurus. And man, is it awesome! It's so great. And it is so much about your alignments. It's about aligning with all the things. And I'm going to, real quick, I forgot to do this. I think that this is the link. Real quick, I'm going to grab the link to the free Feng Shui manifesting video series. Hello, I'm going to put it up here in the chat. And when I post this, I'm going to put it below so that y'all can sign up for that, because it's going to start before this giant, epic energy of this new moon. New moons set the vibes for everything in the month ahead. And so it's a symbolic time of getting ready for everything that's coming. And this is so expansive, so positive, so incredible. And I have a story to tell y'all today, because it's about deep, deep desire. Deep desire. Sorry, lip gloss. And I don't know what's going on here. I have lip gloss in a weird place. I think that's better. Sorry. Okay. So now, deep, deep, deep desire. Your deep desire will transform life around you. And this moon is in Taurus. Taurus is about the earth. It's about your physical experience, your sensory experience of life. Taurus is about your senses, what you smell, what you touch, what you taste, what you see, what you hear. Taurus is about prosperity. It is thought to be one of the rulers of money and abundance and joy. And with Venus in the mix, love. So all the physical manifestations are Taurus. How fun is that, right? So in this time, this month ahead, there's also all of these really expansive things happening. Eclipse season is starting. I'm going to do another live when we get before eclipse season. We'll get ahead of that, where huge changes happen. Jupiter is going to be in Pisces for a short time, well, for a little while, and that's massive life expansion. So much expansive stuff starting in a few days, and it's already kind of starting now. So when I talk about deep desire, this is really incredibly important. I talk about this in a lot of the videos. For those of you who have not seen yet the Chakra video series, I'm going to put up the last 3 in the next like 4 or 5 days ahead. But there's a video series going through all of the energetic centers called the chakras, and going from the root chakra, which is at your tailbone, all the way up to the top of your head to the crown chakra, all these energetic centers within you, and doing things in your life to make shifts to become more aligned. So if you haven't seen that yet, I will post the playlist below when I post this, but the playlist is on the page for my channel, so you can go watch that at some point when you feel like it, and it will help you to start thinking about how much your energy in different ways is lined up with what matters to you, and how to make shifts in your home and in your life to get that energy more aligned. So oftentimes, when our thoughts, words, actions, and desires are not lined up together, it's really hard to make big things happen, because big things require consistency. I know that it's beautiful when you say you want something and boom, it appears. But there's a certain consistency and showing up that makes stuff happen. And in order to stay consistent and really be moving forward, it's really helpful that your thoughts, your words, your actions are lined up, and they're not being pulled in different directions. You're not being dispersed all over the place. You're not being interrupted. You're not being pulled off your path. You're not being bombarded with information you don't need. You're not getting all these bad vibes and bad vibe people in your way, squashing you. The idea is when your thoughts, words, actions are more aligned, you will make things happen much more easily. And to get to this place of more alignment, to get to this place where things are more in a line, it starts with deep desire. And this new moon is about your intentions manifesting powerfully. Your intentions powerfully manifesting, and powerful manifestation of stuff happens when you really deeply want it. So I'm going to tell you two quick stories today that are really interesting and meaningful. Well, one is very meaningful, that will help you to think for yourself about what this can be for you for this new moon. The first is that I recently posted a TikTok, and in the TikTok, I talked about my friend who wrote a list of five things. She wrote a list of all the things, but there were five key things, but a list of all the attributes of her ideal husband. And she folded up the list. It was just a piece of paper, like a little piece of paper. She wrote everything on it, folded it up, put it under her pillow, and slept with it there. And it was a very detailed list, but there were key things, these main key things, and then all these details of everything she wanted about this guy. It took a while, but he appeared, and he was everything but three of the unimportant details on the list. I think his hair color, his eye color, and his height or his age or something that were really not that important in the grand scheme of things. And yet it was pretty darn close. And since I posted that, so many of my friends have come forth and said, I did the same thing. That's how I met my husband. I was like, why did you never tell me that before? Why does no one ever talk about this? It's wild. So a lot of my friends told me that, but then people started posting that they did this, they wrote this list, they put it under their pillow, they had this happen. So it was fascinating to see just that quantity of people who had this happen. And then people started asking, how do you do this? What's the method behind it? And so this new moon is about the method behind all of this. It's about aligning and getting deep into the details of your real, true desires. And so we're going to get back to that in just a second. Now, day before yesterday, I had something wild happen. Again, TikTok related. I was just watching my friends' videos and watching a few things. And suddenly on my page came a video of a dog in Modesto. I'm in LA. Modesto is about 7 or 8 hours north of me. I didn't even know if I could get there fast enough or how I would get there, how I would make all this stuff happen with everything else I had going on. And I was like, I have to save this dog. This dog is supposed to be euthanized. And by the end of the day, put on some list. You can't get him off. I didn't know what was happening. I have seen so many of these things, donated to so many of these things, and I've never actually physically taken it on before. But something in me said, take this on. Do this right now. I did it. I took it on. I made a TikTok, jumped on Facebook, talked to the camp groups, asked people if anyone was near Modesto, got a list together of people to call, started calling all day, pledging money, asking people, offering to pay for everything, offering to do anything I could. My whole life for a good 10 hours was about saving this dog. In the most visceral way. Like I could not be stopped. There was nothing that came into my space. There was nothing that could pull me in a different direction. It was everything I spoke about, everything I talked about, everything I did. I prayed, I focused. I had everyone I know praying, and I was like, that's not enough. We got to take action. Someone reached out to me in Northern California in one of the Feng Shui camps. These camps are magic. And she was like, I'll go get him. I was like, oh my God, we're going to do this. We were coordinating it, trying to figure it out, but the shelter was closed until 1. And so I had all this stuff up in the air. I was like, it has to work out. It has to work out. Then the shelter opened and no one would get back to me. No one would answer the phone. No one would. Every line would go dead. You know, when you call someone and you're calling an agency or you're calling a business and you transfer to a line, they transfer you to an extension and it just cuts off and you get hung up on. Over and over and over again for an hour and a half. I just kept trying every line, every extension. I couldn't stop. And finally, I was like, okay, I've sent every email I can send. I've left messages. I've talked to rescues. I've talked to rescues in 3 counties around them. I did everything known to mankind. And then I was like, I can't give up. What do I do? So I went and got to Facebook, and I was like, they have a Facebook page. They don't have messages you can send. I'm just going to make a public post. It was 3:00. I was not going to lose hope. I couldn't be stopped. If I had to get in my car and figure out how I was going to make it there and beg someone or do something, I was all in. And I went to go pull his picture off the adoption page and put it onto their Facebook and say, this is the dog. I will pay. I'll do anything. What do I do? How do I save him? And I went to Facebook and it said he was rescued. And I couldn't believe it. He was there for almost a month and he wasn't rescued. And yes, I'm going to start crying because I can't believe it still. When I think about it, it was like all the best things in the world had happened. And so I sent this to the woman who was helping me that's in the Feng Shui camps in Northern California. And she said, you know, I really want to thank you for letting me participate in this. I was like, I want to thank you for asking to help. And she said, this is going to sound weird. And I was like, nothing sounds weird to me. And she said, you know, I understand now, like this larger sense of purpose. And I was like, you know what? I do too. Because I haven't had one of those things in quite a while that just showed me what the depth of wanting something so badly that you will do anything in the universe to make it happen actually feels like. What that does to your life, what that does to your initiative, what that does to your intention, what that does to all the clutter in your life, what that does to all the nonsense and noise and garbage that's going on. It just takes it all away and something happens. Now, I confirmed he has been rescued. He's safe. He's well. It's the most incredible thing ever. And I don't know if we had anything to do with it, but I do know that that is the energy that makes life happen. You didn't miss too much. But this is what I'm talking about here. What do you want badly enough that you, and you can answer this now if you're in the chat, what do you want badly enough that you will do absolutely anything to make it happen? And that doesn't mean you have to be frantic like I was for 24 hours. That's not what I'm saying. What do you want badly enough that you will move heaven and earth to make it happen? You will move mountains. You will not stop at no. You will throw down and go for it and not stop until it happens. How many of you want something that badly? I asked this to a few groups, to a few camps, to the Feng Shui school, and it's very interesting to see if there's anything that you desire that much. Do any of you have that big of a desire? Because if you don't, this moon is saying it's time to have that desire. It's time to look at what you've been working on. Look at what you've been putting your energy toward. Look at where you have been spending your time, your energy, and your attention. And asking yourself, is this lining up with my deepest joy, with my deepest desires, with what's going to take me to the next level, what's going to move me toward these larger things? Or am I just halfway? I want my own house where I can live happy with my kids. I'm in for that. Yes, yes, yes. And you will probably do anything to make that happen. So what can you do to take what your desires are now and calibrate them, turn the dial up to that level of deep desire? Ask yourself, how much do I want this? Is it not big enough? You might be aiming too low, and it might be making it higher, bigger picture. No, you don't want just a little raise at work. You want a leadership position. No, you actually don't want just a nice person to go out with. You want a real soulmate connection, or you want a real deep partnership. You might not want, you might want to be a little bit healthier, but what you really want is to be really athletic. Like, what do you really want? Even if you can't conceive of how you can go from where you are now to where you want to go. You don't need to know all the steps. What do you really, truly want that badly? That's amazing. Great one. Lizette, I'm so into that. What do you want that badly? And something that will move you to not stop until it happens. That's the energy of this whole calibrated new year. This is about becoming more of the creator of your life right now. More and more and more as we move into the age of Aquarius, as we move into all this new energy and all this new times. So deep desire. So let's get back to the TikTok list. If you missed it at the beginning, I said I have a friend who wrote down a list of all the attributes of the husband she wanted on a little piece of paper. She folded it up, put it under her bed, and took a while, but he arrived. And then all these other people said they did the same thing. And I've done this time and time again for different things that I wanted, and it's worked. And I've done it time and time again for things that I've wanted, and it hasn't worked. And what's the difference between the two? This new moon lights up your wish list. Make sure your wish list is, first of all, that's why we talked about desire first, what you really desire. Otherwise, what's the point? If it's or sort of, that's not going to do it. What you really want, right? So, point one, I really deeply want this. That makes a big difference. Second thing is you have details. You can sense the sensory experience of it, the details, the richness of it. What does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What does it feel like to have it? Write out all the details, all the things. Again, even if you don't know what they all will actually look like, everything you can conceive of. Taurus gets into the richness, the details. Smell it, taste it, touch it, every bit of it. Feel that thing. Write it all down. Now, write it as though it's already happened. I'm not the first person to say this, but it really does make a difference. If your list says, I want this, that means that this is far away and you want it. If you write a wish list and say, I have this, as though you already have it, it brings it very close to you. I have the greatest relationship. I have the greatest job. I have the greatest success with this project. I have, okay? So that's going to be really, really galvanizing, moves things, gets things in motion. And then I like to add at the end of every list, this or something better for me is manifesting now. This or something better, this or something better, this or something better. That way you leave the door open to even better things coming into your life that maybe you can't even imagine right now. Now, once you have your list, what do? So just setting that in motion, getting into all those details starts things in motion. That's amazing. Yeah, you can take your list, fold it up, and put it under your pillow and sleep with it for the month. And that could be amazing. In fact, that could be really fun. It seems to be something that's really come into my consciousness lately. So you can sleep with it under your pillow and imagine you're literally like dreaming everything into life, literally. So that's something you can do. You can take the list and put it anywhere you want, but have that written down very powerfully. Now, once you're there, what comes next? Set up your home to receive all this greatness using sensory magic, meaning the smells you want to smell, the tastes you want to taste, the things you want to see around you more and more and more. So this is an infinite type thing. So let's narrow it down for this new moon. The idea is to create this blank slate, this energetic blank slate that's full of high vibrations that will make your home more magnetic. So above, I've linked a video series. It's in the chat, or I'll put it below if you're watching the replay later. That is the link to the Feng Shui manifesting video series, the free Feng Shui video series before the Breakthrough Camp. The Breakthrough Camp is literally Feng Shui to create breakthroughs, but the free Feng Shui video series will help you to deep dive into energetic clearing of your space. It's like a whole mini class. It's awesome. I love sharing it. It's relatively new and it's new videos, but the the work is not new. I've been doing this for years, and you even make a manifesting bowl. It's so much fun. So that's starting on Monday. And so you can do this deep clearing, but something you can start doing right now is start cleaning your house with good vibes. Put on music you like and clean your house. Again, sensory experience. Light a candle that you love after you clean each room. Sensory experience. Bringing yourself more and more into the space. Clean your kitchen and bake cookies that you love, or make your favorite dish after you scrub everything in your kitchen, especially the stove. Stoves are abundance in Feng Shui. Stoves, money. Stove equals money. If you have a dirty stove, clean it, more prosperity. It's so fun, the symbolism of it, because you're cooking up abundance. You're cooking up things to nourish yourself. It's really, really powerful. So clean and clear and activate each space with sensory richness. Another thing you might want to think about is walking through your house and just gratitude. Like, I'm so grateful for this room. I'm so grateful for this room. I'm so grateful for my bedroom. I'm so grateful for my kitchen. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Even if you live in a studio, I'm so grateful for this house and every aspect of it. Really express that gratitude, and you will feel your house like almost reciprocating. And it will give you ideas as to where you can clean and clear. You'll get almost feedback from your environment. It's very, very powerful. So the idea here is that your home is an extension of your energy system. Your home is an extension of you. It's a mirror of you in many ways, and it's also an influence on you in many ways. So when you create a home around you that's shining and full of good vibes and full of the energies that you want, it's going to help you naturally stay in that space of desire. Bring things into you, make things come closer. And the more you do this, the more magnetic you'll become. But the key is to stay grounded. So the final aspect of this moon that I want to talk about quickly is this idea of being grounded and present. So as I said earlier, if you missed it, there's a whole chakra video series that I'm almost done posting. The next few are coming in the next few days. It's a whole playlist on my channel. And the first one, which is grounding, is really, really important. And one of the things about getting grounded is when you literally feel your feet on the ground. You're 100% present. When you're grounded, you're present. And when you're present, you have impact. When you're present, you are unstoppable. Unfortunately, we spend a lot of time here if we're not careful. How many of you feel like you spend more of your time in your head than in your life? I certainly have for a lot of my life. Spent more time wondering, thinking, and trying to figure everything out than I did actually having a visceral experience of life. So if you've been here a lot, it's time to get here now. And so one of the things you can do is when you find yourself overthinking or you feel really spaced out, eat. These are all easy things. Eat. Oftentimes, if we don't eat enough, you can get very spaced out. Go for a walk. Do some breathing. Simple things. Just stop the cycle. If you find yourself overthinking, just stop. It's literally so easy. You just go, okay, I'm in my head. I'm thinking, I'm worrying. Do something physical. My favorite thing to do, I have a trampoline. I will bounce on my trampoline and I feel like I'll just bounce it all out. You might go for a walk, as I said. You might decide to stretch or do some yoga or just really open up your body in some way. Move. Imagine yourself moving all these too many thoughts out of your arms as you're stretching. Move out of your body as you're walking. Shake your hands out. Like you could almost imagine pulling your extra thoughts out and shake them out. Get them out of your head. Nothing is going to be as helpful as being present. So all the things I talked about for your home, lighting candles you love, aromatherapy, even light incense, sensory experiences are going to get you more out of your head and into your space. now. So you might keep aromatherapy on your desk. I used to have a little essential oil that I would just smell, even if I didn't put it on my wrists or something. I would just smell it throughout the day when I needed to get more present. All the things that you do that make you feel really good and really alive can get you from here to a full body experience. Have a snack, have a walk. Just notice. This isn't about being perfect, but notice when things are going here and just go, no, I'm connecting to my deep desire. Your deep desire does not reside in your thoughts. Your deep desires. And this is how you can tell if the desire is deep enough. You feel it in your body. You go, yes, I feel it. I feel it in my whole body. Creativity is a full body, full energy experience. You feel it in your body and you're like, yes, I'm doing it. I have never had that sense of my mind moving things, just my mind. It's very frustrating. It takes so much energy. And even when I would think that I would think things into existence, it was so exhausting. But when you're using all your energy, you're using all your genius, you're using all your inspiration, all your talent, all your uniqueness, all your awesomeness, all your radiance, all your glow, and you'll find it's so much easier to make amazing things happen. So as I said, this Taurus new moon is epic. I'm going to check and see if y'all have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. And if you have questions in the replay, you can leave them below and I try to check them. Just checking to see if I missed anything. I'm so excited about all your deep desires and deepening your desires. And again, I've linked in the chat and I will link below when I post this, the free manifesting video series. You can all do it on Monday. You can start the session on Monday is about setting up your home deeply. I didn't time this for the new moon. I love when things cosmically work out because it's literally perfect for this new moon and for the month ahead to energetically open up to the new. So I hope you have an amazing, 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 amazing new moon in Taurus. I hope that you have the best month ahead. I'll be back because eclipse season is starting. So in probably like a week and a half. And if you haven't checked out the Feng Shui alignment videos, the chakra videos, I'm going to add, as I said, the last 3. We're doing, I have 3 more. The throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra are being added in the next few days. And they're really fun. And those can also help you to rev up all your energy. No more here, just alone. Think, 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 think. Full body, epic manifesting. Oh, I'm so glad you loved it. And I'm so glad you're here, Penelope. I love seeing your name. And I love that you're all here. And I'm here if you need help. I'm here if you have questions. And this is just such fun. I love this season. I love True Deep Desire. And I can't tell you, the experience I had yesterday was game-changing. And I'm someone who considers himself to be pretty intentional, but there's always another level. And there's definitely a lot of clutter that got cleared out of my life when I wanted that dog more than anything else to live. And so you, in our own ways, if you don't know how to get to your deepest desire, just ask the universe. That's what I was doing for weeks. What is it that I want deeply? What is it that's going to show me what this feels like? What is it that's going to show me what that next level feels like? What is it? What is it? What is it? And ask and you shall receive whatever it is for you. And that deep desire will transform your awareness of just how epic you are. I love you guys, and I will see you in a little while. And happy new moon next week or Tuesday. Bye, everyone.